Perfect Balance Trodclass is not politically affiliated to any political organization. So we're not bringing this forward because we are affiliated to this political organization or not. We're bringing this forward because we see this as a move in the right direction, and we're impressed by the results that we're seeing so far, and we're impressed by the attempts towards sustainability. And that is why we brought it forward to see that, this is something that we discussed on the Perfect Balance Chart class previously. And we identified that this was something that needed to be done. And now we're seeing it. So we just want to bring that forward to say, yes, we've seen this and we've identified this and we see that as a good move, a brilliant move. And we want to see this maintained. So
Yeah,
I
man,
just
we
wanted
know the
to
Prime
identify
Minister
that.
people, the people them are listening and are watching us. So we know them say and them are here go on. It's a good thing. Listen to the people,
A
man.
good thing.
The
Yeah,
Yes,
people
sir.
know how they
exactly.
would like to be served and they know what their needs are. You have to listen to them on the ground and address
True.
those needs on the ground. So it's a step in
Yes,
the
sir.
right direction. And we
Yes,
are
sir. True.
For sure.
bipartisan in this. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Give thanks.
Free the dumb, freedom, free the dumb, so that they can speak, yeah. Yeah, this is Nature Ellis representing the Perfect Balance Trodclass featuring Ras Dada, talking about Bingy, talking about, of course, Yaga, talking about Oka Van Gogh. Yeah, see a good vibration, seeing to elevate the nation, seeing. Don't you know, talking about a revolution sound. Keep it locked. Nature Elisa said that. Zane, Perfect Balance Trodclass. Do it.
Yes, sir. There go on with a vibration, and I see it, and we just a look upon a little situation, I must say, happened. We see the Prime Minister of Jamaica, Andrew Holness, visit this parish in Jamaica, Westmoreland, and he was reasoning with the police in this area. So they were giving him an update as to the crime standings in the parish. The numbers were pretty good. Like there's like a 59% drop in murders and a 49% drop in shootings compared to the previous year. So basically, they're reporting a great increase in the initiatives of increasing the results from the initiatives that they're implementing. But the real thing that was, I believe, interesting to me was that a lot of the stuff that he spoke about was stuff that we had spoken about in our previous
Let's take a
trad
look at the
class.
video. Let's take a look at the video and the viewers can see the video and we will get back and analyze the things that he has said in the video.
Yeah, man, great energy.
You know, the whole issue of citizen security is very broad. The policing is a critical part of it, and in fact, a large part of it, but it is not the only part of citizen security.
Definitely not, sir.
And for a long time, we have relied, I would think, too much on the policing element to solve the overall problem. You now have to come in and support you with the engagement for our young people in training, because it's one thing to say, come and play a football match with me. After the football match, what? You see, so the engagement of the youth in training and then to get them in employment, that element needs to come in. But then there is always the issue of the dispute resolution.
Yes, sir.
And the police can help to resolve disputes primarily by taking it through the courts. But not all disputes should end up in the courts, right?
Definitely, sir.
We should be able to prevent disputes, prevent conflicts, and resolve conflicts. And so the justices of the peace and other stakeholders, the schools and their teachers, have to play a more involved role in helping to resolve disputes before they escalate into violence and into the ultimate use of violence. I'm very pleased with the work of the team in Westmoreland.
Yes, sir.
I think you have done an amazing job from where we're coming from to where we are now. You have to maintain it. I commend your team and encourage you to maintain the vigilance, maintain the supervision. You know that you have my full support and we put the resources here. But we're also working with the civic stakeholders to reinforce what law enforcement has done. So thank you for the good work.
Yes, sir. So we see where he's talking about the accomplishments and the actions of the police and the effect that it has had in this marked and significant drop in the crime statistics. But what impresses me is the identification or realization that not only is the policing initiatives important, but the social initiatives and how important these social initiatives are. So I don't know what the them thought about it.
Well,
Very good. I think he look at our show.
my I watch a Trodclass, a message I reach.
Yeah.
Mm.
But in terms of what he's talking about, yeah, what kind of training program are they put in place? Because the details on that is a bit light for me. So there is
Yeah, they
no
would, yeah, too.
substance in the information about the training and the program. Are we talking about programs and initiative that the government is interested in or the young people are interested in, where it is targeted support based on the needs of individuals and based on their interests? Because if you are providing something to them, if you are providing an opportunity, a training within the community, and they don't see the benefit into it, they don't see the reason why they need to buy into it, it's not gonna work. And we've seen a lot of those initiatives over the years. So they have to really try and reach them where they are and provide the opportunities that we are seeing in technology now, that we are seeing in AI, we are seeing in innovation. And these are the things that they are interested in. We are seeing it in entertainment. You understand? So they have to reach them and bridge that gap, and not only to bring initiative on stream where they cannot benefit. Now, I've also looked at the initiative that the stakeholders are bringing. What are some of these trainings? What are the initiatives that they are bringing? Why are they not reaching the youth? Because obviously these things are in the community, and I know within some communities, we are trying as a community person and do things in my community, because in a few weeks we'll have a back to school health fair and we have a number of organizations coming in to talk to the people. We have the RGN coming in, where they'll be talking about registration, birth certificates, and documents like that to assist people in getting those kind of documents. We have the Ministry of Health coming in to assist us with the back to school medical, and we have some dentists and doctors coming in and stuff like that. But that is a medical need that is serving the community, and we still see a lot of people who are not showing up for that, because people, they resent freeness to an extent, because if you're getting your medical for free, it means that you cannot afford it. But that's not what this is about. It is about providing a service, giving back to the community, a gap that you see need to fill. And I'm saying that
Right.
no, we don't see them jumping on these initiatives and supporting these initiatives. So if communities are doing stuff, if community has identified needs and are doing stuff, you have to get on board with the community and support them, despite the political affiliation. That shouldn't be playing out in the communities and trying to score political points. We need to see details. We need to see details about initiatives and about the plan and how you are planning to reach them, because that detail was a bit light.
Well,
But I think it's a good start, though. It's a
yes,
very
man, the
good start.
excellent
And I
start.
think recognizing how to deal with the situation that you have, how to have police interaction and accountability, or realizing that these are the things you're going to need in the community, that has to start somewhere, right?
True.
But not only that, too, even to the high point, even maybe right? The government is working with different communities, right? As well, right? They might not be working with one specific community, but because of resources too, it takes time to go
To get
around to all communities, right? So we don't know. So maybe on a level, the government working with grassroots programs as well, which I would think they are, right?
we would
I
hope.
would
We would
think
hope.
that some, yeah,
We
yeah,
would hope.
I would think so, just based on reading some of the stories where you see Andrew Holness meet with different organizations within communities.
Mm-hmm.
So you would think that they are working with some of the grassroots programs, right? Of
True.
course, some programs sometimes people you don't have enough resources to go around, or it's some in development. But like Yaga said too, yeah. Hey, when you say you're gonna put these programs in place, I think you need to be more specific on the type of development you're introducing, right?
That's right.
Meaning, hey, we're gonna train you. This is what we're gonna train you in. This is what. But I think that's part of it. I think if I'm reading and I'm trying to understand Andrew Holness from his perspective, I think he's progressive, right? If I'm looking at him and what he's doing, he's progressive. So more than likely, I think he's listening. But it's politics too, right? Sometimes you want to do something, but then you have to go through this organization. There's a structure in place, right?
True.
So you have to go through these government bodies, or you have to go through votes on the floor, whatever you have to do, right? It's public enterprise. So sometimes that becomes a political thing too, where you can really get your initiatives across because hey, one party saying no, right? So they'll block that, they'll fight it all the time. So but I think the step that he's making is important. And I think
True.
I reading the statistics that crime too within the country, it's been going down steadily. That is a big thing, right? At
Big
least,
thing.
you have people feeling a little more safe in their communities or feeling safe about going back to yard. So those things are very important. Maybe
Yeah,
it might
man.
not be happening on with the speed or intent that a lot of people would like to see it happen, but I think it started, right? The thing is, you have to be able to sustain this now. You start, but you have to keep with that same vibration. Like, you have to be able
Momentum.
to sustain these initiatives,
Yes, sir.
right? But I think you have to start somewhere. There's always going to be criticism, right?
True.
But I think it's a good
Yeah,
start.
we
Excellent.
just don't want them to pay lip service and come and make announcements,
Yes,
and we don't
yes.
see the investment that is going into it on the ground because a lot of times that happens. But there's a social development commission which is located within each parish, and their role is to help the communities to plan and implement strategies for economic and social as well as environmental well-being. I am working with the SDC in my community and the community group because we've got a community development group. But again, there are issues that people need to look beyond. And remember that if we are working for the community, it has to be bipartisan. And the
Right.
most important thing is the people. And these are some of the obstacles and the challenges that I am faced with personally. But nonetheless, we have to reach to the top of the organizations and the people who within power who can make things happen. And a lot of times the local community group, people have their regular 9 to 5 and they're volunteering to run these groups. It's biting into their time. So people are stretched for time, and sometimes, the commitment and the dedication is only from a handful of people. And those are the same people who are always going above and beyond to serve their community. So the community need to
True.
engage in what is going on so that they can reap the full benefit. And it's about networking,
True.
it's
So
about building network.
I think another thing that has to be addressed is initiatives have to be created that is going to not only reinvent but cause the communities to rediscover the value of community, because I find that people have become very individualized. Like everything is about your needs, your desires, your goals, your ambitions, whatever is driving you. And if it, as long as those things are in play, then whatever else is happening becomes second class, second rate, or irrelevant, right? So we have to have initiatives that are going to cause people to see themselves as members of a community. So whatever initiatives are coming out, if we cannot revitalize this community spirit within the people, within the masses, then we're already fighting an uphill struggle, right? Because if they don't see themselves as a community, then a lot of the things that need to be done will not get done because they're just gonna think about their themselves on an individual level. So that's one thing. The second thing is, and this is the key thing, as I'm saying, that the fact that they cannot identify that in order to address this crime problem, which is a major problem, right? It cannot only be done through policing, as we would talk about them going out and these people who are the crime producers, as they would
Analyze. Analyze.
identify them as analyze them as we would say. So it will not just be about the policemen going out and analyzing these people, but it would also be a joint effort between them and the social initiatives that would exist. And that's what I am impressed by with this. But like I'm saying, the challenge of bridging that polarized political environment that exists in the country is a challenge because people want to just stick to what their affiliation, their political affiliations are. And sometimes the people who are in power would rather to give the support or the required support to those communities that are aligned to the ruling political parties. So these challenges as well exist. So we have to see beyond these political divides and these political lines and look towards the benefit of the nation as a whole and not from any political end of the spectrum, you know? So we give thanks to the journey that we see going on and we're very happy. But I also want to identify as well that it's coming up to the election period as well. And oftentimes we see the political parties using this ploy where they will do things that the people need and see that, okay, yeah, this is a good move just to kind of spark
Vote.
that interest in them, right? So we would hope that this is not one of those things. And we would hope that these strategies and initiatives are implemented in a sustainable way that it doesn't matter which political party is in power, but these things can be maintained, you know,
And
and come
replicate.
beyond this. Yes, sir.
Replicate
Yes, sir.
in
Yeah,
communities
man.
one by
Mm-hmm.
one. Want to see a good
Yeah, man.
strategy that is working, you replicate them in the community. But these strategies,
Yes,
like I
man.
said,
Mhm.
they will take investment.
Right.
And a lot of times
Yes.
the investment are not reaching on the ground. But
Yeah.
as
Right.
communities,
But
what can we do as a community? What can we do
right.
to
That's
support
it.
our own community? So we have to
That is
create
it. That is it. That is
and
it.
develop skills that we can use in the community collectively that will
Yes.
benefit the community and stop prioritizing your needs, because if the needs of everybody is met, the basic needs of everybody is met, food, clothes, and shelter, then a lot of the problems that we're having, we won't longer have those problems.
Yeah.
So we don't have to
And it
look
will
at it
allow
from an
us.
individualistic point of view.
Mhm. Yeah, and it will allow us as well with more time to address other problems or other needs. Because when your focus is not, oh, how am I gonna eat today, or how am I gonna get the youth them school clothes or school shoes or whatever. If that's not your focus, then there are other issues now. It clears up or opens up time for other issues to be addressed. You know?
Yeah, man. Not
Yeah.
true community spirit, you know?
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Yeah, man. Give thanks, man. So we're saying. We like what we're seeing and we still have our eyes on the mission and we're watching closely to see what's going on. So we just want to
Absolutely.
say. And another thing we want to identify as well that the Perfect Balance Chart class is not politically affiliated to any political organization. So
For sure.
we're not bringing this forward because we are affiliated to this political organization or not. We're bringing this forward because we see this as a move in the right direction, and we're impressed by the results that we're seeing so far, and we're impressed by the attempts towards sustainability. And that is why we brought it forward, to see that, this is something that we discussed on the Perfect Balance Trodclass previously, and we identified that this was something that needed to be done, and now we're seeing it. So we just want to bring that forward to say, yes, we've seen this, and we've identified this, and we see that as a good move, a brilliant move, and we want to see this maintained. So
Yeah,
I
man,
just
we
wanted
know the
to
Prime
identify
Minister
that.
people, the people them are listening and are watching us. So we know them say and them are hear what go on. So it's a good thing. Listen to the people,
A
man.
good thing.
The
Yes,
people
sir.
know how they would like to be served and they know what their needs are. So you have to listen to them on the ground and address
True.
those needs on the ground. So it's a step
Yes,
in the
sir.
right direction. And we
Yes,
are
sir. Sure.
bipartisan in this. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Give thanks.
And I said the perfect balance, Trodclass. I don't know, say a Chuck for the living for this represents. Good over evil, me tell them see a life over death. I swear, said I will never switch. Keep the fire burning up. Holy Manuel I Selassie, Jah, blazing fire.